Very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for those who have already joined. I hope you have enjoyed yesterday's live and got some of the profits as well. The levels which we have discussed is absolutely working, and some of the things we were on yesterday with respect to gold, we discussed that a good short entry which might happen in the gold, which is absolutely worked after the FOMC. Is anyone captured the move, the short move from gold yesterday, and even from Asia session today? We have got a nice, good move in gold. With respect to Nasdaq, last week we discussed the target is 21,572 and the 21. Now the market is trading beyond 21,572 after the targets got hit with respect to Nasdaq. Those who have joined recently to this live session, those who are from the webinar, please do make sure you guys comment which part of India you guys are joining from. If you are not from the webinar, if you're directly joining, could you please comment down where have you joined from, and so that we can take things forward. Hope I'm audible. Guys, can I have your comments, please, so that I'll understand? Yes, I'm audible, and we are good to go. Okay, before you guys come on, meanwhile, let us set the agenda for the day. I'll be taking you through the risk management system, which you can, use it for E2T prop or any other prop firms in the world. At the same time, we'll be also analyzing a couple of charts with respect to gold. We'll be looking at gold. What is the, entry which we can get into New York session? BTC USD, USD JPY, Euro USD, and GBP USD. With respect to USD INR and GBP INR, those who are sending money to India from abroad would be much beneficial for this session. Also, you can have a look at UK 100. Also, you guys can look at Nasdaq. So at the moment, firstly, I'll go with UK 100 because day before yesterday we have discussed that this is the AMD format which is happening in the market. With respect to this particular zone, from 8,758 to 8,792, we had a good consolidation. If you remember, on the day we have mentioned that I'm expecting a manipulation towards this accumulation. The manipulation has got happened within 8,823 and 8,709. I have entered into a position right after we got this manipulation. Now we can expect a distribution towards 8910. That's the target for UK 100. And with respect to E2T prop, I have already in a position with respect to UK 100. You can see that I have entered around 8720. Now the market is trading around 8,732, which is almost $12 in profits. $12 movement in profit. I have just entered with respect to $10,000 account. Those who are completely new on a E2T prop or any other prop firm, what is the formula with respect to risk management which I'm using? I'm just reiterating the fact that if we have a capital, let's imagine I have taken a funded account of $10,000 with respect to E2T prop. So click on the link in description to sign up for your own account and get the instant capital. You don't have to invest your hard-earned money, $10,000 here. You can directly start with a $150 account. So if you get a $10,000 account, this is how I have planned. You can use this as a framework, or you can modify according to your strategy. Okay, the framework is pretty simple. Take 1% of that capital and divide into 4. So I'll be risking quarter of a percentage for any given trade, which means I'll be risking $25 in that particular trade, aiming for 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3, beyond 1 is to up to 8. We can ride if we are taking a quarter of a percentage of that capital, because 2% is our maximum cap for the particular day on the E2T prop account. Okay, so make sure, with respect to this, I have initiated a position in FTSE 100, which is UK 100, at 8720, and you can see that my target or take profit is, so if I initiate a position right away, what's going to happen? Let's go back to this account. Those who are asking me how to place an order within E2T prop, this might help you. Please have a look. If you disable this one click facility, and if you press the buy button, what happens? It will pop up with the, whether you want to enter as a market order, you can give market or pending order with respect to your entry. I have given market order. If you go to this advanced option, you will have the stop loss. Now I'm going to see, with respect to the charts, what is my stop loss for this particular trade. My stop loss is $43 move, and my target is $178 move, which is more than a 1 is to 3, but less than a 1 is to 4 to 5, I would say. So this is almost, 1 is to 4 trade, and my stop loss is $43 down, which is 8693. If I enter my stop loss here, 8693, and my target would be 8910, $23 profit for a $5 risk if I enter 0.01 lot size. So with respect to our strategy, we have to use $25 risk. Probably a 0.05 lot size would give us a stop loss of $26. Even if I enter right now, I'm just entering my second trade for the day. So what happens with respect to this template? Even if you hit a 4 losses in a row, you still lose only 1% of your capital. Now, with respect to 10K account, the fact that last Monday we have started with $10,000 instant capital, and I'm going to show all the PNL with respect to profit and loss in that particular account, which we have taken live. So if you go back and see all the closed positions, so the first trade you can see on the screen is a loss, another loss, another loss, even another loss, 4 losses, 5 losses, 6 losses, 7 losses, 8th loss, and we have 2 wins. Okay, 9, 10, 11, and we have another 2 more wins, 3 more wins, 4 more wins, 5 more wins, 12, 13, 14, 15, and another win, which is 6 more wins and 15 losses out of 20 trades. 16, 17, 18 losses, 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins. So 19 losses and 9 wins, which gives us less than 50% of the trades. We were, out of 27 trades, our winning ratio is 30%. Now, could you please all comment me on the chat box? Are we in a profitable after having this 27 trades, or are we in a loss? Could you please comment down in the chat box? Now you have seen that after having 27 trades, we won 9 out of 27 times, and we have been losing 19 times or 18, 19 times in those total trades. So anyone, could you please comment what would be our scenario at the moment? Whether we'll be in a loss or a profit? Guys, it seems completely in a one-way communication. I want your energy, your participation with respect to the question, so that it makes me, interesting to start this live, because we are doing so much analysis valuable to our community, whether you are in a WhatsApp or Telegram or in the Discord. Have you guys able to comment? Is there any problem? I'm still waiting for your comment. Meanwhile, I'll just have a look. 8726 entry, 8691 stop loss, 8912 target. I'll just keep updating this. Sambhavam profit. Thank you so much for the positive comment, Sambhavam. So we are in a break even at the moment. We are not in a profit, but even after having 19 losses in out of a 28, 27 trades, having a 30% win ratio itself, we are currently at, if you can see on the equity, you'll be able to see it on the dashboard as well. If I do the account overview, yeah, currently $10,000 account we have started, which is just $2, which is the running position. Excluding today, if you look at the trades which we were on good, we can also see all the realized profit and losses. We end up losing $100 a day, but we have stopped the trades for the particular day. We ended up achieving 3% target in the profit, but currently we are at zero. That too, this is the live scenario for someone who is completely starting, because I haven't used any sort of my scalping strategies. I haven't used any sort of my the fixed fraction position sizing. But even though a simple entry explaining you a 30 trades in a row, right? So this is how we have placed. This is how we have did our analysis. Look at this trade. We have entered to UK 100, even though it went beyond $100 in profit, but we kept it, alive. If you remember last week when Trump was announcing the EU tariff of 50%, this drastic rally has happened, and we got our stop. We stopped out in this particular trade, but eventually we got another entry within same range, which is 8707. We have got the similar entry and we have entered into this particular trade, right? If you look at Nasdaq, really sorry guys, this is what I was explaining. If you look at Nasdaq, look at the entry which we have got around 21 to 23, and we might get multiple entries in this opportunity, because if you remember, when we did the top down, this week is very crucial, because this is a month end. If you look at monthly time frame, market is pushing after taking this liquidity, targeting the upside liquidity, which is even beyond, let's say, 21,000, 22,131 is the next target for Nasdaq 100. But when we analyzed on a weekly bias, we understood the fact that we had a good balanced price range. Balanced price range is nothing but when bulls and bears are creating both imbalances. When it comes to imbalances, we can call this as a balanced price range. You can call it fair value gap. You can call it, inverse fair value gaps. There are different names to it, but I call myself as an imbalance and liquidity. That's the simple concept for me to understand. If I take on a daily basis, the logic behind this trade was, when the market was pushing beyond, we had multiple liquidities created at this zone, and market was taking a good support at our imbalance zone. With respect to 4 hours, We had a nice push creating the lower structure break. You can see that we had a nice push towards breaking this structure, and the market has came back to this particular level around 21,000 and then pushed towards upside. And even with respect to that level, it has created another imbalance within that range. If I drill down with respect to this entry, see, look at this particular move. After having a break of this particular structure, we had a nice, pullback, and on that pullback, we have entered and targeted. Even at 120 point risk, we have targeted 1:3, 3.5, right? So this is what we were expecting. And yesterday's live, if you have watched yesterday's live, I discussed that this is the area which we might get a good opportunity. I have entered into some late shorting positions even after in the early morning, let's say around I believe it's around 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, 2 a.m. in the morning, we have got a nice push from the 3249 to 3254 levels, which is a complete range shift. If the market is able to sustain this level, this particular zone today or tomorrow, we can easily take a 1:5 trade within gold. I'm just watching the price action for next 1 hour, where we are opening a new 4-hour candle. So imagine in the next 1 hour or next candle, when the 4-hour opens, if that opens within this range, which is 3310, another 111 point move from current position, even that can happen, because the reason being, we have seen we also discussed yesterday, but reiterating the fact that we have seen a great rally with respect to gold on a monthly time frame. If this month closes below 3286, then I'm assuming the fact that the trend is in the continuation mode. But if it is closing below the zone, which is 3288, we have only today and tomorrow, we could see a lot of unwinding happening with respect to the quarter ending. We have another 5 more weeks for this quarter to finish. Most of the big institutional banks have to showcase their PNL to their investors. That is going to happen within this 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, so on based on that, top down approach, on a simple note, if the market is closing below 3286, I'll be happily looking for you know long opportunities in the coming days. When I say in the coming days, from Monday onwards, if the market is closing above this zone 3286, I'll be looking for short opportunity, where we are expecting a trend reversal, and that could be even this imbalance zone, where 3033, the first target what I'll be focusing is 3106 would be my first target. This is the overall structure which I'm looking for the coming days, coming months, and for the next quarter, right? Is this regarding funded account? Deen Dayalan, yes, Deen Dayalan, this is regarding the funded account. So with respect to the funded account, I'm trading it live so that you guys who are completely new to E2T prop, make sure you understand, and you can start with an instant capital. If you click on the description, you will find where to register for the funded account. And once you sign up, you don't even have to purchase an account initially. You can start with a free trial first. And once you are confident enough, you can start all the way from $1,000 account to 100K in capital, right? So I have started with a $150 account, which is 10K in capital, where you are able to see all these trades which is happening live, right? Let's go back and see what is happening with respect to our open position. The later position which we have entered right after this live, which is going in a $6 loss, our maximum loss is $25. And earlier I have entered an hour before, I have entered into long, that is still in the break even. Okay, that's what happening. So how many bullets we have left for the day? I have left with another 2 more bullets, which is nothing but I can take another 2 more trades. That's what we are going to analyze now. Any questions, anything related to E2T prop, please do reach out. Those who are completely new, make sure you guys are joining to the WhatsApp community, which is in the link in description. And you can ask in the community. Any of our traders will be able to answer your queries, or I'll answer myself to help you further and proceed further with the E2T problem. Okay. So what are we looking at? Bitcoin, an absolute runner with respect to our zone. If you remember, we have discussed on the same day when Trump announced this tariff. We have discussed the fact that this fall could be a great opportunity to enter long, and this is the balanced price range which I was keen into. If you remember on the day which we have mentioned, so the zone between 106,959 and 107,462, around 600 points within the range, we are seeing a great support. And if the market is able to sustain this level, I'm expecting 130 to be the next target. 129,892 is the next target. The logic behind this view is basically, if you go back on a weekly time frame, just removing all the charts, this is where we were expecting a sharp sell-off. If you are in the community, I have posted multiple times where the earlier 108 all-time high was trading. We were expecting the market to push beyond 78k. Why 78k? So if you look at this weekly time frame, if you consider this entire structure, when I take the structure from the lowest point from 48k all the way up to the previous high, you can see that the 50% of the structure lies here. And if you take a smaller or internal structure within this range, now you can't even consider, this was not there when we discussed or when we analyzed. This entire portion was not there, right? And if you look at the chart in this way, and if you take the internal structure, the 50% of the structure is exactly at the black dots on the horizontal line which we have created. And why I'm discussing the previous data, because this gives you a clarity where if somebody is struggling with your top down analysis, this could be a helper, right? So with respect to this 50% structure, we have seen a great push and an imbalance zone, which is the weekly POIs created. And after that weekly POI, if you measure this range, which is almost around 20% rally, right? After this break of structure, market has respected similar weekly POI. This is also a similar weekly POI which I'm discussing. So from the earlier weekly point of interest, market have pushed beyond 20%, and now which is taking a support at the current weekly point of interest area. If the market is taking a support at this level, we could see a good rally, which is for a $3,730 risk. We have a 21,000 target, which is 1:7. If you are bullish for the next quarter, then you could give it a try by investing a small amount, but make sure all these analysis are just for educational purposes. This is not an investment advice. Make sure you guys are doing your own analysis before trading or investing in any assets. This is my long term perspective towards BTC. Consider this as just a probability rather than blindly believing the structure. Okay, so can we take a good entry for the New York session today? That's the question, right? Okay, so this has happened, and even whatever the entries you have mentioned, that is happening. But That doesn't mean that whether joining into this particular live will give you some input for this coming New York session. For this particular New York session, I'll be looking for, in the longer time frame, we have a good push and we have a good support with respect to the balanced price range. On 1 hour, we can see that market is yet rejecting with respect to this particular order block. When we have an order block like this, always remember, when we have an order block followed by a continuous fall, most of the people think that this is gonna respect. Okay, just if you zoom in, most of the retail traders believe that this zone is gonna respect, and most of the people, I would say, when I say most of the people, this is what I was doing earlier before joining into, educate to trade, before understanding how the institutional players make their trade. I would be placing an order like this, keeping the stop loss right above this order block and targeting at least a 1:3. That's what most of the people would have done in the similar case. But I have a live example here, which is an interesting fact. What's going to happen? This is not going to happen. This is not going to work the way which I've plotted my trade. Why? If you look at a similar scenario in gold, look at this. Look at this precise move. Most of the people would have kept their stop losses right above this zone when market was trading at this range, and their deep stop loss would have been above this liquidity. So what happens? The theory is basically, if you have a long run for the order block, then you have to consider not that particular order block, you have to consider just above that order block. So if you look at 1 hour time frame, this is the order block, which most of the people think that this might have caused the entire, rally towards downside. No, actually, what has happened from here, market have created, and this is just a pullback. So my target for New York session would be, I'll be focusing on entering long position into BTC for this New York session. Another $25 I'll be risking. Even I can take an entry here. I can keep a stop loss beyond this balanced price range. This is a breaker block with respect to market might give a break of structure at this moment, and the stop loss is beyond this body, and my target is this one. 110,194 is my target. So with respect to now, if you look at this entry, this is what I'd be more interested in taking on BTC, entering at 108,582. Look at that move. Look at that particular move on this live right after our entry, which is moving. This is, I'm not saying, we are always precise enough to enter at right points, but this is just a pattern recognizing numbers game, right? So this is the pattern which I have identified. This is the imbalance which I'm entering into this particular zone, and keeping a target of, even with this particular trade, we have $700 risk and $1,600 target. This is a good one is to trade. I'm going to put another $25 on it. So first thing what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the E2T prop, go to this option, get into this advanced option, and first thing what I'm going to enter is, what is my stop loss? I'm not entering what is my target. What is my stop loss with respect to this trade? 107,880. So I'm going to enter 107,880, which is around, if I take 0.01 quantity, I'm risking $7. So now I'm increasing my lot size around 4 times. Yeah, somewhere close to $29 I'm risking for a target of, what is my target? 110,192, right? 110,192 is my target. This is exactly a 1:2 trade. Now the question is, so if you look at our journal, so I can share this for free, those who are completely new. If you look at my journal, this is how it looks like. I have my, daily bias, which is I'm trading on Thursday. My bias is bullish. My daily viewers targeting the liquidity upside. The 4-hour range is whether it is on a premium or a discount. At the moment, it's on a discount. Why it is on a discount? You can check the entire range, the internal structure range, and 50% below, we consider this as a discount zone. Yes, this is inside the discount zone. What is the trend? With the trend, which is continuation, what is the probability for this particular trade? I might get, is it a 50% probability or 50 to 70%? With respect to this view, I'm keeping a probability of 50 to 70%, and the asset is BTC USD. If I'm entering long and my entry point is 108,557, I have already received a stop loss with respect to 1%, which is 108,448, which is obviously a tight stop loss. If I say my stop loss or enter my stop loss here, which is 107,873, 107,873, yeah, I should be targeting at least 109,995. Am I targeting 109? Yeah, yes, I'm targeting 110. Yes, I can enter into this trade. Look at the structure, look at the way we analyze the market. Even though, with a little bit of experience I have in the market, over viewing the charts for a decade, still I journal myself, still I make sure that I'm looking at all my checkpoints. Still I'll be entering with respect to what is our loss, what is the worst case scenario that can happen for this particular trade if it goes on, not in my direction, right? And I can just blindly, close the system and work on anything else if we have a strict stop loss. So now you can see that 3 positions are open. One position we are at $7 profit, another position we are at just a break even. Couple of minutes back we were discussing something different. It was in a vice versa, and we have entered into BTC as well. We have one more bullet with us. I'll be initiating with gold because I have a good bias on gold if the market is able to sustain. Yesterday we discussed, like, if the market is not able to push beyond the structure. Remember the time when we went on live, market was trading like this, right? And I have kept the same images. If the market is not able to push, and if the market is getting a rejection from this zone, which has happened right after our live at 2 o'clock, which came back and rejected from this zone, and we had a good, not good rally, I would say great rally from this point. Even if you have entered at this point, you could have captured a $60 move in gold. Anyone who have got benefited from that? So, any effect on Trump's global tariff blocked by US court? Rahul Saitna. So, any effect on Trump global tariff blocked by US on court? I'm new here. Can you explain about the Excel sheet? Rahul, so I am completely, not aware with respect to what is going to happen. But, you know, with respect to news events, the logic behind this month end and this quarter end, we have another 5 more weeks. We will have great volatile newses. With respect to my trading style and strategy, what I'm adapting into this 5 weeks, particularly before this quarter ending, I'll be more focusing on, or I'll be more happy with even 1:2 trades. I'll not be focusing more on 1:5, 1:3, 1:4, because these newses can affect, and I'll make sure that I'm not watching the market round the clock, and I'll make sure that I'm not trading, always, so that if we get a good opportunity at the New York session, I'm into that. I'll be spending my time from 12:30 to nearly 3:30 in the BST. This is how I'll be framing myself, and these news effects will happen in the market, you know, post or major session openings. You can also see, even after the FOMC yesterday, we haven't got a good rally, but right after today's Asia session, if you see, a nice rally has happened. In the Asia session itself, around $30 to $35 move has happened within, 15 minutes candle, which is within 1 hour, right? So this is sort of an entry which we'll be looking at. So look at the zone. We are at 3306, and I'm more interested in 3311. If the market is able to, get into this particular point, and if the market is rejecting from this zone, I'll be happy to go one more shot on this particular trade. And remember, this is a counter trend trade. This is not advisable for anyone who have been into scalping, even not advisable for anyone. Please make your own analysis. I won't be entering right after when the market is hitting 3311. I'll be entering if we see a rejection. We have enough time. We have 40 minutes for the new 4-hour candle to be opened. And with respect to 15 minutes, we can see that this as a similar pattern we have discussed on a BTC as well. And look at this particular move. The candle is taking a good support. Even if this is not happening, we have another zone, another balanced price range within this zone. We can still consider entering long with respect to BTC if it plays out the similar way at the you know um, gold. Yeah, I think we might get a good entry on the live itself. So we have entered our three positions, which is FTSE 100 long, BTC, FTSE 100. I have a strong bias, and I have been watching this, chart, and I've been looking for this particular target. That's why I've entered two quantities instead of one. Look at this move. If you are in the community, you might have got an update before, when I went for my holidays. The zone was 8,700 levels at the moment, you can see, but this has all happened from this weekly POI, which is 8,186 levels. And now we are just in the last leg, and even beyond this all-time high, it can happen. So let's take one more example with respect to Euro JPY. What's happening what a beautiful trade with respect to Euro JPY. Look at the move. We have entered into this position at a precise, when we are on a live as well, 161,112, and this is almost around 1:4 so far. This is a 1:8 trade, but at the moment we are at beyond 1:4. Just looking at DXY, yeah, they had a good sell-off on the day. This weekly POI is a strong support for DXY. Even if the market is able to push beyond 101, yes, we might get a good opportunity. So 15 minutes, 110.6 is the zone. Let me go back to the volume profile. Let's have a quick look. If we get a good opportunity to enter short and BTC, sorry, gold, we haven't seen that, but you can see a great sell orders at the zone 3-3, which is the current zone, around $20 difference in the futures, which is good for gold futures as well. Look at this order blocks, or stacked imbalances we can see at 3338 and 3342. We are way beyond this value area. Just updating with respect to this. We had a good break at 3294, and the rally is continuing. We need to see a good trapped buyers at the moment. We can see lot of late entries. Look at the stacked imbalances. Lot of late entries are happening beyond the period. If these buyers are getting trapped, then we could see a good entry with respect to 1 minute. Okay, there is only slightly bootstrap is happening. If you see, out of 413 orders, the delta is 141 at the moment. We can see the delta is increasing. If I take 15 minutes, and most of the people would read this candle as a great bullish candle, but look at the delta, which is not even 50 percentage, right? So I think yes, buyers are about to get trapped at this point. This is a probability. As I said, if we get an opportunity to enter exactly at 3311 with respect to CFDs, we might get a good opportunity to enter short. Look at the point, 3311 precisely, acting. We might get a good opportunity, our fourth entry. As I said, I won't be entering right after when it is hitting this point. I need to see a good solid push beyond 3291. Those who are riders, those who enter with respect to getting more confluences. But yeah, you can even risk, instead of $7, your risk might be below, yeah, $21 risk for a $49 movement. But in my scenario, I'll be looking for the next 15 minutes candle as well, which is opening after 1:30. It's been more than 1 hour, but if it's interesting, I'll keep this live until the New York Open, so that it will be much more easy for others as well. If you have any questions, clarifications, we can discuss. Okay, Tejas, if you scroll down to the description, you'll be able to see the link for particular spreadsheet, which I'll post it on the chat box. Please make sure the log tabs. You can see that the traders constitution, risk management, trading journal, which I have already logged it. Please make sure you are not deleting any stuff from here. You can make a copy. I have created something for yourself. Please make a copy for yourself, and you can also use this template, which is the trading journal. Imagine you will get to know what is your capital, what is your strength, what is your average win ratio, what is the average lose ratio, what is the average quantity you are entering with respect to classifying the assets, what is the average risk you are taking with respect to the asset. When you are winning, how much point you are winning. When you are losing, how much point you are losing. Everything will be automatically calculated if you use this trading journal. If it is helpful, please make sure leave a comment right after any video sessions, any live session, so that many other traders can look at this particular chart and enter into this journal. Okay, guys. So I'm just waiting map. Parallelly, I'm looking at this bull strap. Let me share it one more time. You can see that the value area high, which is VAH mentioned in this chart, which is above the zone 3334 and the value area low. I'm looking for the market or the bull strap to be happening right after this value area high. In futures, it is 3335, and I hope you are able to see the screen which I am sharing, which is 3309. Okay, we have around 25 points roughly difference in futures. So I'm just looking to enter to the market right after. If we get an opportunity to enter at 3314, I'll be initiating one position there. 3314. Another $6 more in the upside. The candle has another 3 more minutes time for it, life for it. I'll be targeting 3310 in futures, which is on the CFDs. The $25 move from this point. Three two eight five would be 86 would be my target for this particular short trade if it is working. $7 risk and a $25 target. Guys, let me know in the comment section. Is this helpful to you? Is this live is helping in any ways rather than just entry and exit? Is this live providing some value to your trading style? Okay, 10 seconds. We have a news. Minus 0.2 is the unemployment claims. Yeah, it's a good opportunity to enter with respect to the fundamentals as well. Yes, we might get good rally. Prelims GDP is minus 0.2 with respect to 0.03 expected. Unemployment claims have increased from 229K to 240K, which is a bad news for USD. And okay, so many times good news is bad news and bad news is good news. This time, even I think this bad news is going to affect as a good news in the market. You can see a good rally with respect to the BTC position, which we have entered. You can see we have got our a precise entry point with respect to gold. Guys, I'm initiating another position. My stop loss, let me enter this 3310. My stop loss is 3319. $6 loss, $7 loss. I'm keeping somewhere between opening that trade. So we have initiated another trade. So 4 trades altogether. You can see FTSE 100 is pushing $14, another $4 plus, which is the live trade which we have already taken. BTC is pushing within that same break even. With respect to gold, we have initiated a short position. We have got 111.72 as a fill price. Currently, the market is trading 113. And as I said, I'll be entering not right after this hitting this zone, but with respect to the risk, this could be a great opportunity because as I said earlier, look at this order block, which most of the people would have think that this is the rejection which has caused the entire move. No, this is the rejection, actual rejection, and that point is 3310. Look at that move, guys. We have already captured $2, I guess. If you want, I can put it on 1 minute. We have entered this trade. I'm just putting it on 1 minute so that it makes much more interesting for us. Let's see what's happening. Third candle. Look at that nice move. Already we are break even with respect to that particular move. So even if 4 trades not in our direction, we will be still be able to make loss up to $1, 1% of our capital. That's okay for us. I have initiated all the 4 trades for the day. Let's see what's going to happen with respect to our stop loss, with respect to our targets, with respect to our break evens. I'll be keep posting you on our community what's going to happen with respect to my portfolio today. Thank you so much for staying in the live. Let's see, and wish you nothing less than success ahead. If you're completely a beginner, I would suggest start with E2T prop account for 50K free trial, and then once you're confident enough, you can start with an instant capital. Click on the link in the description for joining into our community, joining into our WhatsApp group or Discord community, where you can get support from other like-minded traders. Also, you can get support from all our peoples as well, right? So that's it for the day. Enjoy your news events. We have some more news events are expected to happen. When the Bailey speaks today, 8 p.m., we could see a good rally with respect to UK 100. I'll be still holding that position if it is not hitting my stop losses. Tomorrow we have the Canadian GDP and the core PC price index month on month data is releasing tomorrow. Also, we have FOMC members are speaking at 3 p.m. and 5:20. Today and tomorrow it will be much more interesting with respect to the volatility. Let's see what's going to happen, and let's trade based on that. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know your valuable thoughts in the comment section. Wish you nothing less than success ahead, and happy trading day.